Hello. Now I want to show you what these non-standard parts are, how they are used, and how they actually work. Let's go in here. Here we have these non-standard parts. This is vertical side panels, this is a horizontal part, and this is a back panel, 80 millimeters. A 3 millimeter back panel, a tabletop, a front, and a shelf. Let's call up the side panel and try it out with it. Like this. Let's see what we can do with this side panel. Well, basically now we do it like this. Then we call up the second part, and then again with the side panels, you can see how everything comes together in the correct order. And once more, this part, now this particular part, we'll carefully expand it, thoroughly drill it, and set it up for a total of 3 hours. And lift it up, like this. Yes. So we gently lift it up, just like this, and then we carefully lay it on top, like this. Next, we click on this part, go into the job section, and set the command. Yes. And finally, we use the minifix. Now take a look, this right here is the dowel, you see? Here, we have the minifix connector positioned at the bottom, right? And when we go in here, into the job, you can see that we have the minifix at the bottom and also the minifix at the top. At the bottom of the assembly, we turn off the minifix connector, and as a result, it disappears from view, just like this. This action ensures that the minifix is no longer engaged at the lower part. Now, focusing on this section here, we repeat the process by turning off the minifix at the top part of the assembly completely, making sure it is fully disengaged and no longer visible, as shown here. After these steps, we then turn the minifix back on in this area, re-engaging the connector so it becomes active again. And at the bottom, we carefully turn it off like this, and turn on the minifix here. And that's it. You see, we have minifix at the bottom, like this, and on this part as well. Here, right on this particular part at the very top, we do indeed need it, because it sits directly on the side panels, and it is carefully drilled just into the side panels themselves. This placement is important, as it ensures a secure and stable connection to the panels. Here, at this particular step, we can give the command to place it inside the designated area so that it will be positioned securely inside, just as we want. So job minifix is currently on the right side. No, actually, we need it to be on the left side. And now, as you can see, we have the minifix on the left. You see, everything is fine here, and we can also reinforce the back panel for extra stability. Now, at this stage, we can take the necessary measurements to ensure everything fits perfectly and is aligned as required. That is all. With a ruler, here are our dimensions for measurement listed precisely as follows. "738 is the height, 636 is the width." 738 is the height. 738, and this one is 636. That's it. Now we can move it aside like this, and that's all. We have the back panel. Basically, everything is fine for now. Everything is in its place right now. Look, there's something else I want to show you here. As you can see, when you click on the parts, each one moves separately. To group these parts so that they do not move individually, what we need to do is the following. Select all of the parts, hold down the Shift key, and then left-click to select each part one by one. Right-click with your mouse, then press the button, and give the command to create a group. That's it. Now all our parts are unified. You can move them however you want, here, there, and they all move as a single unit. Okay. What else do we have in these custom parts? You can also create a group this way. Here you can group together any drawers from the kitchen or from a cabinet like this so that they all move together. Now you can see that you can cut out the left side panel like this, or you can cut out the horizontal part. And here's how to do all of that. And all the parts that are here can be cut out. the shelf as well, and so on. But now I am going to cut out the right side panel and the top part. It's the top piece. So we click on this piece, then give the command for the contour. Contour from above, since it's on top, so we want to cut it from above. Then we go into the parts, and just like that, we go here and give the command for the contour from above, like this. And it gives us this kind of part. Here we have these tools. This is a circle, and if we move this circle to wherever we want, we can place it there. For example, let's place it. Here we can make it bigger, just like this. Stand on this yellow circle and increase its size. This circle, or you can hold shift and it will expand like this. And for example, I want it to be 100. 105, it becomes 105. Then we click here on an empty area, and that's it, we're done. Here's the cutout of this circle. We also have a contour, and with this contour, we can do this. See, 116, or we can click here, for example, enter 100 here, okay. Then we go here and click 150. See, well, 150 is a bit, well, let's leave it at 150 like this, and then like this. We click like this, yes, here. And now we exit from this, yes, like that. See how we didn't cut all of this out. So I think it's clear here how you can make these cutouts. Also, right now, we can simply click on this part if we want, and cut into it, for example, for lighting, for a lamp, or for any other similar purpose. To install an aluminum profile in that location, and how exactly do we do that? We click on this part. Then we go to contour from above, and select parts again, so it's also from above once more. As you can see in this position, that means from above. We look at it, and now we have it. Now, what is this call out here? This is so that we know, for example, from the edge at what measurement or distance we need to cut it. This helps us ensure the profile fits properly and is installed correctly. So we press here. At 85, let's move it out like this. 85. Why? Because the minifix, for example, if we cut it, then here, so as not to touch the minifix and not to cut through the minifix. So then we take the contour, we take to cut out this contour, again like this. As a whole, for example, 10 millimeters, again, okay, then here as a whole 15 millimeters. Okay, now everything is fine. So from here we go like this. Like this, like this. And then we come back here again. Yes, look, see what we got? We press here and everything is fine. We exit now. And so you see, this is what we got. We made this kind of cutout for the lighting. Well, I think everything is clear here, and that's it for you. If you need to, you can always review these steps again. It's also quite clear that we can do, for example, a variety of things. Let's take a specific detail now and here as well, and then consider what else we can do in a similar way. Like this, we press the detail button, then click on the contour on this particular detail, and after that, I place it carefully in the contour on top. This process allows us to see how each step works together. Then we go into more details and set the contour command again, this time on top, just like this here. However, it still didn't put the detail on top as expected. Yes, now we have a circle, so look, what can we do? For example, I can stand here right in the middle and slightly reduce this detail, then it will decrease in size. Or, on the contrary, I can increase its size like this. You see, in this example, we are working with a radius that is 280 units. The next step is to click here specifically on an empty field, which is important to ensure that nothing else is selected. After clicking on the empty field, we then bring out a red circle from the available options. Once you have the red circle, you should place it again in the center, making sure it is positioned exactly in the middle. This is the method we use, for example, and right now I am not going to calculate it, but this is the general process you would follow. By following these steps, you can make sure your work is accurate and consistent. But you can set these dimensions to get either 18 or 22 millimeters here, or whatever size you want. By thickness, I mean, once again, I'll just stop here briefly. Then bring out the outline. Look, just like this. Then I do it like this, and then I do it like this again. Then, like this, just like this, simply like this. Oh, and then, once again, I simply click right here on the empty field, just as I did before. That's all there is to it. So I come out of this process now. It's really that straightforward. And as you can see, I've got a segment for the circle. It can be used as a door. You can actually set it as a pipe or whatever you want. I think it's clear to you now how this mechanism works. Besides that, we can now, for example, take this part. Let's place it carefully like this and move this part just a bit over here. There. Let's rotate it like this. Then like this. Then like this. Well, let's place it like this way here, okay? There. All right, let's leave it like that. We'll leave it like this in this position. There. Okay, now let's take this part, click on it again, and give the contour from above command. And here, go into the parts and again give the contour from above command. And we've got this kind of part. Now we take this circle and place it here like this. I'm doing all this roughly just to show you what's possible to do. Then I take a circle, place it here again and leave it like this for now. Then I will take the contour again, just as I did before. Look, this is what we can do with it. For example, that's all we're doing here. And like this. And then this one. If you want, take this contour, or you can take the circle. There you go. That's it. Let's leave them like this. I'm exiting this. And you see what we've got. So we've got this kind of part. Now let's move it a little bit aside, like this. Let's leave it like this, and now we click on this part and change the thickness, individual thickness. Let's set it like this, for example, 600. Here's what we've got now. These are the parts we've got. I think it's all clear to you how this works. And now we can combine all the parts. For example, like this part here, here, and here. This part, yes. Again, we have to do it all over. Select and group them. Now, I think all the parts will move together. You can ungroup them like this, all the parts. Basically, I think that everything should be clear to you now, and you fully understand how custom parts work as well as how the cutouts function. With that being said, I would like to say goodbye and wish you the very best of luck. Goodbye.